So this one, is this one on then? So this one's good?
Yep, it's on.
Okay.
It's on.
I was going to say, again, we have goofy things go on with our Wi-Fi here once in a while.
You can share now. Okay. Yeah, it's on Carla Jean Berlin. There you go. Yeah. Are you going to share to your personal page?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, she's got it. She can. Oh. Yeah, Carla. Got the other one. Yeah, let's see. That's my main one. That's why I friended you on that one too. Yes. No worries. Until they're ready, and got a few people jumping online. You let me know when you're all ready for us.
Kristen?
We're good? Oh, we're good. We can have a seat. Oops, tripping myself on my microphone. Let's see. Oops, that's what happens when you're short and the chair turns. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Around Town TV. My name is Carla Berlin, and I'm really excited. Tonight we are down at FSBO Homes Woodbury, and I am lucky enough to have the managing partner in the Twin Cities, as well as the owner of FSBO Homes Woodbury with me, Vince Meyer. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you bet. So FSBO, the name, means different things to many people. It's really changed over the years. Initially, a lot of people would think, oh, FSBO, you give me a bunch of signs and that's it. What is FSBO Homes?
So FSBO Homes is, our founders said, with technology changing today and the internet and some of these sites like Zillow and Trulia, that they really felt that there was a better way, a smarter way to help homeowners sell their home versus just handing them a sign. So what they did is they said, we're going to put a team of professionals in place, photographer, appraiser, one of the biggest thing is a real estate attorney to help guide.
Yep.
And we're going to give them the service and then allow the homeowners to go out there and be able to sell their home and know that they have a team of professionals in place. So whereas a lot of people think that FSBO Homes was, here's your sign, here you go.
Right.
Now we've got a system in place to help people do that. And in return, they're saving thousands of dollars.
Well, and I know, the tagline is all the service without the commission. What are some of those things of the service? You mentioned a few already, but they
Yeah.
also have what, a 3D?
Yeah, so we have a professional photographer that comes out and shoots the home.
Okay.
And then when he does that with his standard camera, then we use a camera called the Matterport camera system, which is a 3D virtual camera. And what's so cool about that is you literally can take 3-4 steps, do a 360, you look up, look down. It's virtually like walking through the home.
Yeah.
So the nice thing about that is it saves the homeowner from having to do just maybe showings that are just tire kickers.
Right.
We know that people that are interested in that home, they're going to watch that 3D view probably 10 to 15 times. And then they contact the homeowner and say, can we come take a look at your home?
Well, and
So-
I've done that even with several of the listings. When I'm going to your page and things, I will go and just, they're so cool.
Yeah.
And they really are. I mean, it
It's
doesn't even get any better than that.
It doesn't.
No.
There's not a system out there that is a better 3D system than what we're using.
Yeah, it's
So-
not just some random photographer taking.
Right.
It is the best of the best technology as
It is.
well.
Absolutely.
So, Vince, tell, for those, we've got a few people jumping in. For those who are tuning in, I'm Carla Berlin from Around Town TV. I have Vince Meyer here with me from FSBO Homes Woodbury. We're talking FSBO Homes and what that is, but also, Vince, if you wouldn't mind sharing a little bit about your background and your history as
Yeah.
well.
So I smile when I say this. Grew up in Iowa. No Iowa jokes, I always say that. But my wife and I have lived here for just about 20 years now.
Wow.
When I graduated from college, my parents moved up to this area, and we just really liked Minnesota. We liked all the different things that it had to offer, and always knew that we wanted to move up to this area. And so we moved up here, and I came from, I've got a tech degree in architecture and a 4-year degree from Iowa State University in city planning. And then I spent some time in the construction industry doing some project management, commercial, moved up to the Twin Cities, worked for a couple local companies, doing some territory management stuff. And then I just decided I was going to utilize that architecture background that I had, and I started my own business. And so that was probably 99 that I started that, and up until we broke away and said, hey, I'm going to shift and go this route. That's what I did. Had my own business, small residential architectural, business, and
So
yeah.
15, 20 years that you had that side.
Yeah.
Yep, and his experience was in the residential design business, providing work and construction drawings to homeowners and contractors.
Yep.
So for those of you, you're getting that expertise piece, which is, I don't know any realtors that have that background that are out there. And this isn't real estate. This isn't a realtor, even though we're selling real estate and we're doing listings for you with FSBO Homes. This is, explain that difference. I always say the modern day real estate agent.
And it is. And again, we just feel with technology today that you're gonna get exposure when your home goes online.
Yes.
It's not like the same old days where you had to go find a realtor and they had to open up the MLS book and have access. And so the founders of this company just said, there's a better way to do this, and we just need to put the professionals in place to do it properly. And by doing that, the homeowners have the potential to save all of that commission, that normally would get paid out.
Right. Well, and not only, that really is a brilliant concept that these owners had, and it is such a smart way to sell your home because you are able to save thousands of dollars. These homes, FSBO Homes sells more homes in a week than the average realtor sells in a month or in a year. That's a huge difference, a week to a year. Think about that. Think about the savings that you can put back into your family. You're getting the attorney. You're getting the virtual 3D tour. You're getting the advertising, the postings, listing. Right. And I think about the 2 homes that I've owned and I purchased. I found them myself, took them to a realtor and said, hey, can I go look at this? If I had this opportunity, I wouldn't have had to deal with that. It would have been a done deal and I could have saved a lot of money.
Yeah. And again, the company was founded in Cedar Rapids, and they've been probably around 9 years.
Wow.
And then their second location was Des Moines. Those 2 locations annually list almost, I'd say, right around 1,000 homes a year.
That's a lot.
And they're selling 70 to 75% of those homes.
That's
so
amazing.
We know the system that they put in place works. And the 2 founders of FSBO Homes, we went to college together, so I've known them for years, and we've been talking for quite a few years that we wanted to bring this concept up to the Twin Cities, and we believe it's going to be hugely successful up here.
Oh, absolutely. It is the buzz right now. If you've heard of Vince, he's been on a couple radio shows. He's also been on television, so you may kind of recognize it. I've been posting around town. Media works very closely with FSBO Homes Woodbury, so you've probably seen it all over my social media as well. And if you have and you're curious, feel free to ask us. In fact, it looks like we do have a comment here. Ask comments, ask questions. If you're not comfortable, we realize this is probably one of the most expensive things in your life that you will own or purchase is a home. So if you're not comfortable asking those questions live here, you can private message us. I will tag Vince and FSBO Homes so that he gets those messages as well, and we will get back to you. Thanks, Eric. We just had Eric Schilling say hi. Carla, great stuff as always. Hi. Katie Gunlock said hi as well. We do have 11 people online right now. or 11 people. We have more than that. We have a lot of people online. We've got several hundred actually online. So I do want to encourage you, if you've missed, we've been talking about FSBO Homes Woodbury, FSBO Homes in general, the history, the background. What is it? So many people would go, oh yeah, FSBO, bunch of signs. No, this is the smartest way to truly sell your home. And Vince has been sharing a little bit more about that with us. Talk about, again, a little bit about the services, because we've just had quite a few people jump in that maybe missed some of those.
So if somebody comes to us and says, why would I use FSBO Homes to sell my home? Yep. What are you going to do for us? Okay. The first thing that we do is we send our photographer out there. They shoot the home. We shoot it both with a standard camera and the 3D camera. Then the second thing we do is we take that information and the information that they've filled out on the seller dashboard about the description of their home, the finishes, any upgrades they've done. That information goes off to an appraiser. That appraiser does a certified appraisal. And the reason we do that is because we want to give real information to that homeowner on properties that are comps to theirs and where they sold, so that homeowner has a very realistic idea on where they should be pricing their home. So now the homeowner knows, okay, I have some confidence, I think this is where we want to set our price. They also get a complimentary home warranty through the company that we work with. They give them a complimentary home warranty. If your dishwasher goes out while you're listed with us, they're going to get that stuff replaced. So that's a nice little feature that we add. Once we gather all that information, we then take that information, we get it listed on Zillow, Trulia, Craigslist, Facebook, Instagram. We're with you, we're starting to do more things with the Instagram and with what's the other one that I'm thinking of? Pinterest.
Twitter, Pinterest.
Twitter.
Yep,
exactly. So we're getting the exposure out there. Then we're doing a postcard mailer.
I'm going to stop you for a second. Are we cutting in and out? I'm getting a few comments. We are. We're cutting in and out. I wonder if it's because we're on our own separate. So are you all still feeling like we're cutting in and out? You're seeing that? Is it still stopping and starting? Because we're not. A little bit? Okay. Not bad? Okay. All right. I trust. Well, and if we are, you guys just keep asking. We've had a few questions, so I apologize for interrupting. In fact, before we jump into it, one of the questions we had is, do you do contract for deed?
Absolutely. We have an attorney that can help you set that up. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, great to know. Yeah, please write the comments. Thank you for the 3 people who did say we were cutting in and out. I'm hoping that it isn't as many. We're not sharing a Wi-Fi with anybody, so we have our own dedicated hotspot. That's 5G. So if there is an issue, keep telling us. And if we see anything else, but I'm hoping now on here it's not showing it. So is it for you? No, it's back. So okay, we must be back. So, but if you do see it, okay. So I apologize, but I just want to make sure we do still have quite a few people online. So I interrupted you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so I was just kind of explaining our process initially,
Yes.
Talking about the camera, the 3D. Once we gather all that information, then we do some postcard mailings. We do some advertising on Facebook, spend some money on Facebook with that. We've got directional signs so that on weekends, typically cities won't allow these directional signs to go out, but directional signs go out on the weekends to let people know that there's a home in this area that's for sale. And the homeowners get a professional yard sign package and also a little box for the flyers. So now your home's listed, okay?
Yeah.
And now the homeowner's going to field some questions, okay? People are going to call and ask some questions about their property. That can happen through email. That can happen through a direct phone call to them. If the homeowner, and this is probably one of the biggest things that we have, and I don't think people understand this, if the homeowner gets a question that they're not sure about, or maybe they get a written offer or a verbal offer, we have a real estate attorney, Doug, that they can consult with and talk to. If the potential buyer is not represented by a buyer's agent, if they come to an agreement on the price, they literally can come into our office, sit down with Doug, Doug's going to draft up the purchase agreement, and then it's going to go off to a title company.
So you're covered. And that's one of the biggest fears and reservations. And I'm going to, again, interrupt. The person that asked the contract for deed, Katie, he did answer and she didn't hear it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, they
Yep.
do that. So it is something that they can handle. And, we talk a lot about it's the smartest way to sell your home. It's also the smartest way to buy a home. So, that's...
It is, and again, a lot of people don't think about this when they're buying a home, but when you take on average 6% commission, and if the seller has some room to still walk away with the price that they need to walk away with after it's all said and done, and you take 6% off the price of that home, they've got a little bit more negotiating power now to where they can bring that price down, and in turn, the buyer's going to get a better price on the home.
Well, and the average person from, we were talking about how this started in Cedar Rapids. They've been around 9 years. The average person saves $15,000. We know that we can help you save hundreds of thousands of dollars through this. This is just a brilliant process. You really do get all the service without the commission. You're getting, and it's not hack stuff. It's professional, good quality. Take a look at some of the listings. That virtual 3D tour is amazing.
It is
really just incredible. And it's really a brilliant thing, a concept. In fact, many of you know and have followed me for over 15, 16 years, even longer, on television, and I feature a lot of businesses. I'm known to feature some of the best kept secrets in businesses in the Twin Cities and my family follows me, of course, and I was out driving and my dad called me up one morning and was talking about FSBO Homes. And he was like, that is just so smart. That is brilliant. And he is such a person of integrity. He works with the FDA and his medical device stuff that he does. And he was just so enthralled with it. And he said, if I was younger, I'd buy a franchise, which is where I'm going next. There are franchise opportunities, correct, as you expand
There are
here?
franchise, yeah.
Yep.
Again, we opened our first office here this last year in 2017, the fall of 2017. And we are looking to grow, and we know that the Twin City market's going to be a great place to do that. We have there's a second location. It was a gentleman that used the service in Cedar Rapids to sell his home, and Jerry's up in Coon Rapids. He liked it so much that he said, hey, I want to buy a franchise, and so he bought the location up in Coon Rapids.
So those ads that you see for different products where they say, yeah, I'm a customer, he really is. And I know one of your partners as well, his daughter used the service.
Yep.
Young daughter, in her 20s, it was seamless for her.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
that says a lot.
It does,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So for those tuning in, and I know we've jumped around a little bit, I'm Carla Berlin from Around Town TV with Vince Meyer he's the managing partner of FSBO Homes here in the Twin Cities, but he also is the owner of FSBO Homes Woodbury. That's a mouthful. So Vince, if somebody is in Minnetonka or Lakeville or Bloomington and they want to use your services, can they?
Absolutely. Yep, it's as easy as just making a phone call. We just chat about some convenient times where we can get Michael, the photographer, out there, shoot that. Michael will bring the sign package at that time, so everything will be there. They literally wouldn't even have to come to the office unless they want to.
Right.
And then we can get it set up from there. So once we gather those photos, gather all the information, we handle it on the inside to get them posted on the websites that we talked about, Zillow and Trulia and Craigslist. Every once in a while we get a client that says, I don't want to be on Craigslist, and that's totally fine.
I respect that, yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Facebook and
Facebook
yeah.
has been huge. I
It
noticed
has.
I'll do some postings for him on the FSBO Homes Woodbury site, and it always has a huge following.
Yep.
Another question, do you have the financial brokers to get qualified, or does someone have to be pre-qualified before looking at your listings? Also, what is the typical average time from start to finish for buying or selling? We can break those up if you...
Yeah, so we are just finalizing our partnership with a lender, one of the top 5 in the United States, and we will have Brandon in here at probably the beginning of September. And what we do recommend for homeowners that if you're going to show your home, make sure whoever you're going to show your home to can supply you with a letter from their lender that they are pre-qualified. If they say they haven't done that yet, let us know. We can get you in touch with Brandon, and then he can move that process and move it forward. The second part of the question was
what is the typical average time from start to finish for buying or selling?
for buying, as far as
Probably
selling the home, I
Yeah.
think that really depends on the price of the home.
Right.
You know, I'd have to go back and look at specific statistics on what that is, but we just had the founder of FSBO Home, Chad Bogey, was up here today.
Yep. And if you're watching, hi Chad.
And I think he just told us that the latest statistics is that the homes are selling within 25 days.
That's huge.
Yeah. So
And-
we can get that information.
And if you're someone who does need to get pre-qualified with Brandon once he's in here, is there a time frame that takes?
Just a phone call, and we'll make sure that Brandon's here and he can sit down and get that information. Yeah.
But to get the pre-approval process, is that 24 hours? Can it take? I suppose it depends on the person.
I think it depends.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I said, I can't answer that just because Brandon
That's his deal.
is here within a week.
Okay.
We just and we're so excited to have him part of
Yes.
this team. Just in the last 2 weeks, got this put together, so he's going
And
to be
hopefully
here.
we'll twist his arm to do more live shows with us when we come down here. Are they available statewide like Rochester?
Yeah, so yes and no. We just need to, we charge a surcharge for the travel, right?
Okay.
And, you know,
Makes
and
sense.
we just have to work that into our photographer's schedule, because obviously when he's traveling that far out, and it's not like we can just use any real estate photographer, because Michael has that 3D camera.
Yeah.
So he has to take that camera to the shoot. So best to just give us a ring, and we can talk about it, see what availabilities work, and hopefully we can make that work with Michael's schedule.
Well, and I know this person is thinking of buying in Rochester, so, and you could help them as well, right?
Yeah, for sure. You know, typically a buyer, if they're looking for some service with us, is going to be through a home
Right.
that we have listed.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct. So Katie, I know you've been asking a lot of those questions publicly here. So right now, there aren't listings through FSBO Homes down in Rochester. That doesn't mean there won't be.
Right.
Keep an eye, you definitely get involved, reach out and get pre-qualified so that you are ready to roll when there are, maybe we can reach out to somebody who's thinking of selling a home down there as well and get that listing for you. Because I know she knows of a lot of those people. So for those of you tuning in again, I know we've repeated this, so if you've been on the whole time, my name is Carla Berline, and I have Vince Meyer here with me, the owner of FSBO Homes Woodbury, managing partner in the Twin Cities. We've even talked franchises. We've been explaining to you a little bit more about what FSBO Homes is. Feel free to ask questions. If you're not comfortable, private message us. Vince, for those who missed it, tell us a little bit again about your background.
Yeah. So my wife and I moved up here in 97, 98. And my background is actually with architecture and city planning. So I have a 4-year degree in city planning from Iowa State University and a tech degree from an architectural school out in Phoenix, Arizona. And so did some work in the construction industry as a project manager for a while, commercial end, moved up to the Twin Cities, helped a local lumberyard get a panelizing program up and going, and then worked as a territory manager for a little bit for a millwork company before I decided that I just wasn't happy doing all that stuff, right? And I just wanted to have my own business. And so I went out and started my own design business, went after the residential end, kind of targeted contractors saying, hey, we can provide some really good design, you know, at a reasonable price. And up until I left there to do this, that's what I did since 2001.
Wow, 15
So,
years.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's a big deal. That's somebody that's an expert. Somebody who understands that design piece of it, whether it's a contractor he's worked with both contractors and residential homes, and just that understanding portion of it that so many of us do not, it just takes them to another level, I think, way above, like I said before, beyond a realtor, which we don't compare ourselves to that because we're not a realtor, but just having that knowledge in somebody who owns this to help guide you. along with all of the other services, you know you're in good hands. You know you're getting somebody with integrity, somebody who understands the industry and the business. We all know, you hear real estate talked about so often, especially when the real estate market crashed. And then, of course, in the last year, real estate's been hot, hot, hot. Homes are selling. Some of them, they can't, multiple offers. You are in good hands because you're getting all the service without the commission here, which includes an attorney. What are some of the other things that I maybe?
Yeah. So again, I mean, I think the biggest key is the home for most people. That's their biggest investment, right? And so knowing that you're doing things the right way, knowing that you have the professionals there to help you sell your home. Again, it starts with the photography. It goes to a certified appraiser, so you get an appraisal so you know where you should price your home. We have other services available too, and we will, as we continue to grow in this market, we will probably get to a point where it's all encompassing as far as you're going to get a home inspection, so you know if you have any issues up front. We had a gentleman, Bill and Lynn, and they used our service and they opted to do the home inspection up front because if you live in Woodbury and you've lived here very long, there was a period where there was some homes built with stucco, and there was some stucco issues with the water infiltration. And so they wanted to make sure that they didn't put their home for sale, get an offer, accept it, think that everything's good, and then find out that once it got inspected that they had, any water damage. So they opted to use our inspection service up front, so they had their home pre-inspected. The other nice thing about that is when they listed their home, they put it out there that their home was pre-inspected. So now the buyer knows, wow, it's pre-inspected.
We're not going to get to the closing table and find out we're in trouble.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it makes it seamless for everybody. So you're not losing those extra special things that are so important to make it go seamless. You're still getting all of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And a good appraisal too. They sell to what, 96%?
Yep.
And that's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
Yeah. What else did we, besides the professional photographers, inspectors, appraisers?
Yep. So your home comes with a home warranty when you're listed with us. That's complimentary. So, I mean, ultimately, our partner there is trying to earn your business. And the other thing that's great, too, is sometimes you're going to get an offer and maybe it's a little bit lower than where you want to be, but you can now use that as a negotiating tool and say, I'll tell you what, we'll throw in a 14-month home warranty if you give us our asking price. So it's another, it is, and it's very reasonable to add that on. We've had 2 clients do that with their buyers, so they've used that as a tool to help them negotiate. And again, those are all great services, but Doug, our real estate attorney, is, he's awesome.
Yeah.
And he's there, I don't want to say for you anytime, but I will tell you, I've seen emails come through to clients at 11 o'clock p.m. So, and I don't want to speak for Doug. Doug, if you're watching,
we're not saying his office hours are 24/7.
But I'm saying he's great at what he does.
People are writing, wow, that's awesome. 96% is awesome. Looking great, thank you. But in addition to the seamless process and all the things you get, this has been time tested. This, even though it's newer here in the Twin Cities in the last year, this business is over 9 years old. These people started this, the founder started it down in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. So the numbers we're giving you are 9 years of experience with this model, with this concept, and it truly is the modern day real estate, the way to go. It is the smartest way to sell your home. And it can save you an average of $15,000. There's a lot I could do with that. I think of trips, I think of college for for children. I don't have any kids, but I'm thinking that way. You can invest it back into your families, and I think everybody, $15,000 is a lot of money to most people.
It is. Yeah. It's significant. And that's exciting too. If you go to our website, you're going to see big check photos, realistic numbers of the dollars that people saved by using our service. And it is tested and it's proven. It's a proven system that works.
And you're getting professionals. You're getting people who are experienced. You're getting that integrity piece of it because they have that expertise. If you are somebody who isn't comfortable writing in the comments or private messaging us, you can also email Vince at at FSBOHomes.com. Vince at FSBOHomes.com. You can also message us through the Facebook website, and he'll get back to you there as well. Or the number, give the number out.
651-342-8790.
651-342-8790. It's worth inquiring because you're going to be very, very surprised. You are getting so many different facets to this. It's not the old time, that old connotation of FSBO and what that stands for. It should be more of a team. You are getting a team, really, to help you sell your home.
Yeah.
You're not doing this, you're not thrown out there to.
Absolutely not. Yeah. Absolutely not. And I mean, we're there for questions too. So when you have those questions, if you're listed with us, you can call anytime. And if it's a legal side, then obviously we're going to put you in touch with Doug. But yeah, we're there to help you through this. Sell your home, save some money, because that's a huge part.
It really is. For those of you who say we're freezing up, one of the things with this camera that we do have the capabilities is it does record. So I will definitely post the whole thing. So if you've missed things, you've been asking questions, we've had a good crew online the whole time. We will upload that so you can rewatch it without the freezing up, or if you've missed a few things that you've asked and you've not wanted to ask more questions here, you'll be able to watch that, and that will happen by tonight. So you can look for that. I'll be posting that on multiple platforms as well. Sandy Berline asked, you missed the contract for deed information, and we did repeat that, Mom. And yes, that is also something that FSBO Homes is able to handle as well, or the contract for deeds. I know a lot of you are interested in that. Thanks, Anne, she actually put in the comments your email. I appreciate that. And I'm not sure why it's freezing up, because this has its own hotspot, but I do know that recorded it will be fine, because we're not having any issues on our end here. So for a few of you that have had that, sometimes Facebook does that. Facebook does not always play nice. Thus why live streaming is kind of a learning curve. Do you feel like we've covered everything that you wanted to get across? Have anything that people need to know that I haven't asked?
Yeah, no, I do. Again, our system is proven. I mean, when you sell as many homes as they're selling down in the Des Moines market, in the Cedar Rapids market, we know the system works. Yep. And I was talking to Brandon, and he was just doing a random search of the other locations and doing the Google reviews, and he's like, I don't think you guys have anything other than a 5-star out there on all your locations. And we don't have a lot yet, but we will, and we're excited about it. And we're super excited to be in this market, starting to make a big push to let people know who we are, what we do, and that we can help you sell your home and save a considerable amount of money.
Well, and just because it's newer in the market, around a year, doesn't mean you're not getting somebody with experience and expertise that can really guide you. And like you said, you went to college with the founders, and they're all very people with integrity that have that experience. This has been time tested and proved. It does work. If you're somebody who wants to save money, but you want all of the professional services, like the 3D tour, the attorney, the advertising and the marketing, the postings, the listings on Trulia and Zillow. And they can put you on Craigslist, but that if you're somebody who's that's not something you want, they don't have to do that as well. I have seen how successful social media has been, of course, for the postings as well. So FSBOHomes.com is really, truly the smartest way to sell your home. You really are getting all the service without the commission. Anything else that we haven't covered? I mean, I had some different things I wanted to make sure you all knew about, and I think we have covered them all.
I think so too.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. So again, if you're looking to reach out to Vince, you can reach out to him through email at vince@fsbohomes.com. Feel free to message me as well through Messenger, and I will tag him in this. FSBO Homes is already tagged, so you can already go to that page and message us if you weren't somebody that was comfortable. Oh, a lot of people are saying it's been fine on their end. So it must just be certain people and homes and whatever. So I'm glad that we've had a great crew online watching this entire time. And I'm very thankful. Many of you know that Around Town TV is the Twin Cities' longest airing television community showcase. We were on Channel 6, and last November we took this to live streaming. And because of all of you and your following, you've allowed us to be able to continue to feature Minnesota's best kept secrets and businesses. And I'm grateful. I work alongside FSBO Homes on a lot of their media. So what an honor for me to be able to have the managing partner of the Twin Cities and the owner as a special guest, because this is something that a lot of people maybe want to do but are afraid to do. And now you know, you've met the person, and feel free to reach out and ask those questions. You'll never know unless you ask. And,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, and call anytime, and if you're in the area, pop in, because we've got some literature that we can send home with you. And I mean, I will give you any name that's sold with us, you know, as a reference,
They give
whether
you
it's
raving
local
reviews.
or, yeah, absolutely, whether they're local or whether they're, you know, sold in the Iowa markets. You know, FSBO Homes, Chad is fielding inquiries kind of nonstop. He was just telling me today, Scottsdale, Arizona is inquiring about it.
Wow.
This will be, we believe this will be a national company.
Oh, absolutely.
And yeah, we know that the system is here in place, and we're excited about it. So.
Oh, I am too, and I'm just, it's always fun to feature businesses that are kind of the best kept secret in business, but soon this is not going to be a best kept secret. I have a feeling a lot of business people that'll use these services will think about becoming a franchisee as well here in the Twin Cities, and you will definitely get in touch with Vince as a managing partner developing the Twin Cities. You don't have to be in Woodbury to utilize the services. Reach out to him if you're across the cities. I'm in Maple Grove. You can, you know, Chaska, Victoria, Wayzata, Orono. I mean, they can help you. So please reach out. It's seamless. It's a great process. And again, if you have any more questions, or you're watching this, or yours did freeze up, we will put a seamless version of this online as well. I really am excited. We've had such a great group of people that have stayed tuned in, and I thank you all for doing that. It really means a lot, and please do reach out, and we'll be happy to, Vince will be happy to explain more. Anything else before we do say goodbye?
No, I
know
think we're good.
It's the Minnesota half-hour goodbye.
There you go.
Yeah, or what do they say, the Scandinavian goodbye. If you do have any questions, you can also reach me at info@around-town.tv. Next Tuesday evening, I'm really excited to have on the show. I had to keep things fair. It's my dad's 75th birthday, and so he's going to be a special guest on my show. My mom was back in April, and they have a great love story, but he has a really great story of living the American dream as well. So tune in to find out more about that. If you have, again, questions, I'll look forward to seeing you next Tuesday, I won't be right here, but live at 7 p.m. Central Time. Thank you again. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.